Hello everybody, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to a new World of Tanks video. Today I want to tackle an issue which is starting to annoy me a little more than a little, and it is about HD models. You might ask yourself now, but wait, HD models are a good thing, they make the tank look better, and I'm not gonna lie, that's true. When I look back at other tanks, older tank models, seeing the i7 still with its machine gun up, I know those are the good old times. And, well, not only good, also bad old times when it comes to artillery one-shots and so on and so on. But what really annoys me with the current HD models is that they look gorgeous. I'm not going to deny that. Wargaming is making a huge progress on making those HD models look better and better and better. And yes, I really like how they are looking so far. The only thing which is slightly missing is still more things on a tank which can move. For example, this is the T-4485, which is not really available for the people like us. But things which are moving like those ropes, but they still say that those things are incoming. So maybe we will see them later. But a thing which is annoying is that while the HD models look gorgeous, the damage model, the things we don't see but we constantly use because we shoot against those damage models, getting easier than ever. And with easier, I mean harder for us people to use them to our advantage. And there is a particularly strong tank which I hated where it's not really working at. And we'll come to that later. But first I want to show you what exactly I mean. This is the old model of the Batchat Leon 25 ton. As you can see, well, it still has its different things, damage zones and so on, and one particular small little thing down here. Can you see this? This is where the drivetrain is connected to the tracks, or like the axis. And suddenly, in the new HD model, it's gone. I find this kind of funky and also kind of stupid. Is it so hard for the new damage model to still have this drivetrain in there? Because sometimes it can save you a life. Look at that. The old HD model, the old model of the Bachatillon 25T, as you can see, still it has this stupid zero damage zone here. A lot of little zones here and there. And again, those tracks here. Looking at the new model, it gets completely chopped off. I don't understand that why, because let's take now a hypothetical thing, like a hypothetical thesis that a Bachatillon is standing in a 90-degree angle to us, meaning that here's the front, here's the back, and this right here is where the drive tracks is. In the old HTML, if you shoot right here, you will do damage, which in my opinion is also kind of logical because you are damaging the tank. You are damaging something of the tank which is vital for it to work. Probably, for example, when you hit optics, most of the time you do zero damage hits, which is in my opinion also something which is kind of logical because, for example, the cupola, you have like additional optics round around. So, well, if one fails, it's not that harsh. But here, if like the hanging of the track is failing, that's something rather crucial. And in this model, the shot will just go through, probably damage, detract the badge, but no won't do any damage. And this is something which is bothering me. And this is not only with the Bachatillon. Also, other tanks like the Churchill 3 suddenly loses a weak spot on its side, where this is basically where a little hatch is. I don't know why exactly they remove it, but let's have a look if I can find the model here. This is the official website, so you can always look at it. It's the super test website where they show what is going up. Just needs to load a second. See, here is the door. The door is still available. And in the old model, well, obviously it's there. Let's have a look at it. And as you can see, the door is modeled. There we have even some spaced armor, as you can see, which is in a new model it's still there. It's still there, but it's, as you can see, not modeled anymore. I don't know if this is just laziness or something they want to introduce as a feature. But let's go to the visual model of the Churchill 3. As you can see, if it loads correctly, there is the head, which is weaker. And there is this box thingy, which is used as spaced armor. Well, Wargaming, why do you completely throw this out of the game? I don't understand that. I simply don't understand that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But now let's go to a tank which really matters, which it's really important, not some pesky tier 5 seal clubbing tank. And it's our all beloved Type 4 and 5 heavy. Well, somebody said in my other video that I'm a heavy tank hater, I'm biased against them. It's kind of true, yes, but something which is really annoying me now right now is like, look at the Type 5 heavy frontally. Obviously you can see it has a lot of red zones and a lot of armor, and it's one homogeneous plate here. See that? But now when we go into the collision model, in the visual model, you can see that there is quite a big thing. Can you see that? And the good thing, thank you, thanks GG for being well made. If you shoot here, which would be kind of logical to shoot at, because like let's face it, if I see a Type 5 heavy coming around the corner and not showing me this side and it's just trying to bounce shells, in my first thought, because I don't know this these visual and damage models, I would shoot here because I have a 90-degree angle into that. Let's be honest, that would be an easy pen even though it would be 200 millimeters thick. And one part is a 0 damage zone, you will probably track him, and the other part is 660 millimeters thick. And this is, in my opinion, a really occurring problem and something which is kind of disgusting me and annoying me, obviously, because it makes tanks less logical and makes them even harder to penetrate. And before you think I'm making this up with the Bachatillon, see, here it's still modeled, as you can see, and you have better penetration if you shoot here. 80, 80, 180, this is a ricochet. And the visual model, it corresponds. As you can see, the drivetrain is still here. The same goes for back here. And when we look at the Bachatillon HD model, it's still modeled here, but it's not there anymore. I don't know exactly why you're doing this. I would like to have more realistic damage models because, yeah, I can use this knowledge for my advantage. Right now, I'm just like, oh yeah, I can't shoot there anyway. I can't shoot there anyway because I will bounce anyway about the Type 5 heavy. And I simply don't understand this. I think it's even the same with our all beloved and hated Chrysler GF. There we go. Because when we look at the live model, yes, look at that. There it is. This could be a weak spot for that Chrysler GF. Is it modeled? No. 20 millimeter 0 damage zone, 500 millimeter effective armor because it is not modeled. As you can see, simply I really don't understand this laziness by Wargaming. It doesn't have a certain, is it just because it's not really a vital part of a tank or something like that? Am I here the stupid? You cannot tell me, but I want to know why exactly Wargaming used to make those more accurate damage models, and suddenly with HD models they're just throwing everything out of the window. I really don't see why they are doing that. Right now, sadly, I can't really remember other tanks where I think this tank is, for example, also one where it is. No, not really. I'm not sure. No, this tank doesn't have it, as you can see. That would be there it is connected, so that's kind of logical. I just know the Type 5 Heavy and the Bachatillon and the Chrysler GF right now out of my head. I wanted to make this video to show you what I mean and that it is annoying me. And for also, if you are interested in, we can make a Q&A at Gamescom. We can ask developers question on the forum, as you can see, and the best will be asked. And I asked this question, why exactly they are removing those weak spots? Because again, it doesn't really make a whole bunch of sense to me. Um, that's the W set 132 doesn't have it. Okay, but this is, oh yeah, it's an HD model. I start to, yeah, SD models start to get thin. No, this one is also HD. Hmm. Now actually the KV4, but he doesn't have the strainers in the front. It's all embedded in the hull. But I hope you understand what I mean right now, that this is constantly getting worse and worse because I have troubles finding tanks where it's still modeled. This one doesn't have it as well, but it's the normal model. It gets also an HD model. Oops. Still the old model. I can also show you the collision model of the new tank. And no, other like also weak spots are just simply getting removed here, for example, on the Panzerkampfwagen Mini-Mäuschen. I don't understand this. Do they want to make it even more broken or better even? It loses a 35mm weak spot, a 40mm and a 25mm and a 30mm weak spot. The rest, it will suddenly be either 30mm roundabout. Still you have here a 25mm weak spot from a hatch, and everything will be 40 or 45mm thick. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because let's face it, come on, it still has its driver hatch, it still has here these hatches, so why shouldn't it be modeled anymore? Is it so people can seal club better maybe? I don't know. I sincerely don't know. See this? There's the weak spot. And you could shoot at it and it's valid. As a bad tank, you can try shooting at it and can penetrate it, as you can see. Those are weak spots. It's even a better weak spot than the cupola. And it corresponds to the visual model. Here's a hatch. You have better penetration values when you can shoot at those surfaces. And now I remember. Now I remember one crucial tank line in the game where this is completely removed, a weak spot. And it is the Tiger series, the Tiger 2 Jack Tiger series, Panther series. Even the new Poodle doesn't have it anymore. I can show you right now what I mean, but I think you can guess it already. The damage model, nothing. Homogeneous plate frontally. And when we go into the visual model, oh, yeah, right, we have a gun port. A gun port which would give us much better arm penetration capabilities because we can shoot at a 90-degree angle. But look at that, it doesn't change anything. It used to be modeled, and I simply don't understand why they removed it. I simply don't understand it. Were they too weak? Were they too OP? Yeah, I'm not even sure. No, this tank doesn't have any gun ports frontally, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't have any. But I think you understand now what I want to say. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about those removal of weak spots and some which can actually help you when you understand how a tank works. And let's face it, freaking Moisin doesn't even have it. The freaking Moisin, which is really, really strong frontal with a 240mm turret, a 240mm frontal cupola, and the 180mm lower plate when angled is 260mm thick. You see that? There's no weak spot. And in such thing, you could actually think,
hey, wake up.
1 second, why is it not working?
Sound muted.
Such an idiot.
Hey,
And I'm, oh, wait a second. This guy's really annoying right now. Okay, sorry, I'm professional. And what I want to say is those could be a weak spot. Shooting here could be a weak spot because you could enter the tank at a better angle, but it's not modeled. And we all know how strong the Moisin is. Anyway, sorry for the last part. It's Mango Killer. Out of the AMAX CDC game, he's a retard. He always is a retard. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you share my opinion. If not, let me know why I'm wrong. Why shouldn't they be in there? I want to know what you think. And again, if you liked it, thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Thanks for watching and good luck on the battlefield. Bye bye.